This is day one documenting the progress of my new animated short film. What's up guys, I'm going to be filming one video every day to show the progress of my new animated short film. The goal is that by the end I'll have a collection of videos from the very beginning of this project to the very end, where you can see the whole entire progression of this film being made, all the way up to the final completed project. I think it'll turn out really cool. My self-imposed deadline is in 1.5 months, which I'm definitely not going to make, but it doesn't matter, that's fine. I've already been working on it for about a week or two, so here's the plan. Step 1. Script. The story basically takes place in a world where there's a big divide between the new rich technology-filled city and the old rundown villages and towns where poor people live who decided not to adapt to the new way of life. The main character is a girl secretly from the old city studying to become a mecha pilot in the new city, but the thing is her parents disappeared / are presumed dead, and she resents them because she's having a really hard time at school. Step 2. Storyboard. Step 3. Facial expressions and turnarounds. Step 4. Full body turnarounds. Step 5 to infinity, finish the project. End of day 1, I decided to do some color scripts to use as guides for the backgrounds. Here we have the city, and then we have the bedroom, the table in the bedroom, the anime classroom, and the mecha fight. This is day 2 of documenting the progress of my animated short film. I really struggled with these sketches in the beginning, but basically I decided to draw facial expressions, and I had to go through 3 pages of drawings before I finally managed to land on the look that I had in my head, which is in these 4. It's crazy how frustrated you can get when you have so many negative thoughts, but you really just have to ignore that and keep pushing through. And eventually, I used the momentum of those drawings to be able to get the front view a lot more easily. So yeah, when I was drawing, I was, as usual, getting super frustrated and like, oh my god dang it, this is so bad, what the heck, it's not working at all. But you just keep going, keep pushing through, and then finally you find that one little thing that's right, and that gives you more positive energy, more positive thoughts, until you can finally visualize the drawing better, get it onto the paper, like how you imagine it in your head. Day 3, I decided to try drawing the front view and the 3/4 view of the main character's face, which proved to be very difficult, and I did it many times until I eventually got sick of it and decided to do some full body poses at the very end, just for fun. And there's this sketch as well. And this one, wow, perfect anatomy, look at that. Tomorrow I'm going to try and fix up the storyboard and make it better. Day 4, I improved some stuff on the storyboard. And I copied some Gundam Mecha stuff, so I can learn myself how to draw giant fighting robots, so that I can design my own. And eventually I got to this design, which makes more sense for a school training mecha. And some more concept sketches. Day 5, documenting parts of my animated short film. I did some designs for the main character's parents, and the dad who has this Kamina vibe, and tried to learn how to draw some Gundam mechas by copying them off Google Images first, and then eventually trying to do my own little design to stray away from the original Gundam design with these 2. The problem that I realized is that I'm now just copying the Gundam shape language, because that's what I used to learn how to draw these giant fighting robots. The thing is, how do I not copy it, because I want to do the anime mecha, and isn't Gundam the original anime mecha in the first place, so technically everything is based off of that. Day 6, documenting the progress of my animated short film. Today I figured out the storyboard for this big mecha fight sequence, the main one that's going to take place. And I was feeling a bit lost because there are so many things that have to be done, so I didn't know what to do, and so I thought that I should go digital and try to find the final look for the film to see what it might look like in the end. The look that I'm going for is supposed to be a mix of Studio Trigger and 90s anime or something like that. Another tiring night. Day 7, trying to figure out the look for the main character. Woohoo! Day 8 of the animated short film. I had a very depressing day of drawing where nothing was really coming out the way I wanted it to. So that's just great. And then late at night, right before going to bed, I ended up trying this just for fun. Just to get back into the mood and remember why I wanted to make this film in the first place. Day 9, I've just been cleaning out the storyboard for the whole day today, making it look nice and more legible, and also adding some unnecessary shading, just for fun to make it look cool. Whoa. Don't know why, but I'm such a big fan of the rough Photoshop drawing with grayscale shading in the background of it for no reason. Just think it looks really cool. Day 10 of the short film, I just continued cleaning the storyboard. Still feeling kind of down since yesterday, so it's been a struggle. But I think this scene is turning out pretty cool. The first mecha fight, where she totally loses and gets smashed into the ground. Boom! So I decided to just take a break and try to learn how to draw Michiru from BNA, also known as Brand New Animal, which I just finished watching a few hours ago. God dang, that last episode was crazy! So that made me want to figure out how to draw her just for fun, and take a much needed break from my film, which was depressing me when I thought about it, because I've been into it for a bit too long now, I guess. Day 11, after a much needed break yesterday, I was able to come back fresh and start anew and do some Photoshop sketches without any pressure, just doing rough drawings. And yeah, the character ends up looking a bit different now, but that's fine, because I was more free with the drawings, which is a more relaxing way to draw. Day 12, just some more Photoshop poses in the new style. Woo! And a few sketches of the other characters, like the old teacher dude. Day 13 of the animated short film. While I was drawing the concept for the teacher character, it made me realize that I should push the shape language more and make all the characters a bit more iconic looking and unique. So that's what I tried to do with this guy. Which then led me to realize, hey, I should redesign the main character again and try to make her also look more iconic, and make it a bit more obvious that it's her from a distance. Because before she was looking a bit normal and she didn't really have a special shape to her body. So that's what I'm trying to do with all these sketches. Because I was looking at some art online today, some really awesome art from John Navarez, I think is his name, and I realized that I haven't been pushing any shape language at all. So, and the bully character, who's supposed to be very slouchy and mean and kind of full of herself. Snarky. Day 14, I just did some really sucky color script stuff. I barely did anything today. But that's because I started to work on something else. Took a little break to do the Sailor Moon animation, but now I'm back at it again with a second version of the storyboard for this project that I'm going to do. I decided to re-enter the animation contest that I wanted to make this for in the first place, but do a shorter version of this project so that I can hopefully finish it on time. Day 24, here we are with some Photoshop backgrounds, some rough ones. Her inside the mech in space. Gotta love that blue and pink. And here I have some rough animation. Except this is what it's probably going to look like in the end, because I only have like 2 weeks to finish this. Punch! Day 25, we've got some more color background sketches here. There she's in a mecha, and her friend is teleporting in to ask if she's okay. And I've made some progress on the animation since last time. Day 26, some more progress on the animation. And I have a chance here to do a big crazy anime punch, which I'm gonna go for. Should be fun. And I did one more rough background. This is where he spots the enemy mecha approaching from the right. Day 28. So from this point on, I stopped talking while I was filming all of these TikTok videos because I was finishing my work at around 1 or 2 a.m. every day. My sleep schedule got a little bit weird once I decided to restart on day 21 and do this whole thing for XP-Pen's contest. At that time, when I started it, I had 3 weeks to do the animation, and so I was super focused on just executing as best as I could and finishing the project. So it's funny to see how my talking energy is going down throughout the entire month that I was working on this universe. It's interesting when I watch the video now to see the process that I went through to make this animation. As you could see, I started with a storyboard, and then I go to the color tests for the background, and then I immediately jumped into rough animation. And since I only had 3 weeks to finish it, I knew that I couldn't do real animation, or like a real animation style. I would just do the rough movements, and then I would clean up the roughs and leave the movements how they were, except for certain scenes like these mecha fights, which I knew I could make really cool. It's funny how I don't remember which day it was, but I had 2 weeks left, and to see at what point I was at in the animation, like, that's it? 2 weeks left and I've only done that much? My god, it's crazy. And there was this gap of 10 days, which is funny to see. I think at that point I just totally stopped everything else, and I was just completely 100% focused on finishing this thing on time and sticking to the schedule that I wrote out for myself. So this is the animatic that I sent to the voice actors, which I got from Fiverr, who I think did a really good job with the characters. It's really cool. It's the first time I hired voice actors for my own animation. And then I finally finished it on my birthday, which was also the deadline for the competition. I even skipped a day of work at the very end so that I could finish it on time. And I submitted the animation I think 1 hour before it was due. Typical contest entry from me. That always happens. And it was all worth it in the end because I actually ended up winning the contest, which was very unexpected. Pretty cool. I'm used to losing all the contests that I enter, so that was a nice change. Actually, the whole reason why I decided to restart and make an entry for this contest in the first place was because I just lost another contest. That was also XP-Pen's mascot contest. And that gave me the fire and the fuel, and I was like, god dang it, come on, I gotta try again. And here's the final animation, which you can watch here, or you can check out the real video, link in the description. Right when I started working on this project, I bought a Cintiq tablet for the first time in my entire life, and I definitely wouldn't have been able to finish this in 3 weeks if I hadn't bought that tablet. So basically I bought a tablet to win another tablet. I am thinking of keeping this idea of this universe and making a real anime show, or a first episode sometime in the future. I have some ideas for this universe. But for now, I'm going to move on to new projects because I have a tendency to always want to do something different every time and not stick on the same thing more than once. Right now, for my next project, I'm working on a BTS versus Blackpink anime-style fighting animation. It's going to be pretty crazy. I've posted some work-in-progress stuff on my Instagram and my Twitter, which you can check out if you want. And a lot of people are asking about JoJo Part 3. We did film it already, and I've done a very rough edit of the video, but I haven't started working on it yet because I'm just more focused on the drawing and art projects that I want to do right now. So stay tuned.